Yeah, hi there, this is tuxaucher.com again. Welcome on my video channel. As you can see here, we are out in the woods. It's season for mushrooms, and here you can see I have a wonderful group of mushrooms, red, beautiful colors, and I'm surely taking pictures of those. But this video is not about the mushrooms, it's about close-up or macro photography in general, and the question if you need a specialized macro lens. Even though I own one, I always owned one in my equipment, either to the Canon equipment or to my Lumix equipment. I just here tried out to do all these close-ups with my 70-300 zoom lens to my Lumix S5, and that works out pretty good. Okay, the first is that these mushrooms are pretty big, so you don't need a magnification ratio of 1:1 or 1:2. You might as well shoot at 1:4, 1:5. That might be enough for these groups. But I tried it during the summer season, and I even tried little flowers and insects and so on. And most of the time I didn't need the 1:1 aspect ratio a macro lens is offering to you. So most of the time you could do that with a macro lens. Of course you have to try out the magnification ratio or aspect ratio you get with this lens. Just turn it on to manual focus, turn the focusing ring to the closest focusing distance and walk back and forth till the object is sharp, and then you can determine which aspect ratio you got on this lens. But most lenses do 1:5, 1:4, and if you take, for example, the 24 to 105 millimeter from the Lumix S5 or the L-mount lens, this one can do an aspect ratio of 1:2, which is quite a good thing if you're planning to do close-up photography. And as you can see here in the example, I did a couple of comparison between the 105 2.8 Sigma lens and the 70-300 zoom lens. I guess you can't even determine which image was taken with which lens, so the images are quite sharp, and if you don't need the 1:1 aspect ratio, you might be better off with the zoom lens. Even if you're on the walk, then you don't have to carry the extra macro lens. And last thing maybe is that most macro lenses, at least the Sigma and Canon lenses, I guess it's a little bit different, they are stabilized, but I don't even need the 1:2.8 maximum aperture, because most of the time I use a tripod for those images, so I can deal with the 3.5 or 1:4, or even with the 5.6 maximum aperture on the long end of this zoom lens. As I said, the quality is superb for those zoom lenses, so you might as well think about buying a zoom lens, because of the superb quality of those zoom lenses. You might think about buying a macro lens, because they normally cost around 600, 700, 800 euros, depending on the camera manufacturer or the lens manufacturer, of course. You can do sometimes what I already owned. That was a Canon 500D close-up lens. I used it on the 70-200 and the 100-400 lens, but I can't really say that's good quality, because fine details like in flowers or butterflies and so on, they're not as tack sharp as you use a regular lens without this close-up lens in front of the lens. So the better quality, of course, you probably get with the zoom lenses, and if you need a 1:1 aspect ratio, or if you think about the Laowa macro lenses, they have a couple of macro lenses. They offer even 2.1 magnification in their lenses. Then of course you have to buy a macro lens, but most of the time it will be enough that you have an aspect ratio of 1:4, 1:3, 1:5, depending on your objects and the camera lens. Okay, that was my little review on macro photography with the zoom lenses in general. And if you have any questions to this, place them in the comments or in the comments of the corresponding blog post. And if this video was a little bit helpful to you, you might as well place a like on the video. And of course, I would appreciate if you subscribe my channel, but then don't forget to hit the bell so you get a notification every time I upload a new video. Okay, that was all for today, and all I have to say is till the next time, ciao, Tux Oche.